Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on SmashFM here on a Monday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's turn our attention now to the NAB League girls competition. Of course, speak with our favourite Oakleigh Chargers, and of course, they had a pretty tough year in 2022. But of course, we've got a very special guest on the show right now to tell us a bit about the season that was for the Chargers, and her name's Em. She joins us right now. Thanks, Em, for joining us.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
That's good. Well, firstly, I know it's been a while since you played for the Chargers. Obviously, the season finished about a couple of months ago now. Tell us a bit about how the season panned out.
It was a bit different this season because obviously a lot of our girls got drafted from the 2021 season. So we had a lot of new girls come into the team. It was quite a young team, but I think it was really good. We had such a fun year. We always get along down at the Chargers really well. So we did have a couple more losses than we could have wanted, but I reckon together our team culture never faded. It was awesome.
It was all about the team, Vaughn, and obviously you mentioned about, you've had a couple of losses that you probably should have won throughout the year, but I guess you've also had, injuries. Obviously, Emily Smith was one of the major injuries that you had throughout the year. Had players out with COVID and all that sort of thing. So how difficult was that this year compared to last year?
It was a lot more difficult this year, definitely. Having a lot of our good girls in and out. We had, like you mentioned, Emily Smith. We had Jazz Fleming in and out quite a lot as well. It wasn't, obviously COVID wasn't as prevalent for us last year. It's not really nothing we could control as well. So it was quite frustrating, but we couldn't really do anything about it, to be honest. It was really upsetting, but yeah, like I said, it was quite out of our control. So we kind of just worked around it, did what we could, and if anything, it gave a lot of the younger girls a go as well, seeing as the older girls were out.
I got a chance to watch your team play 2 or 3 times throughout the season. I guess tell us how much of a fun was that for the team to, play a lot of your games actually on the road, because you technically didn't have a home ground to play on.
Yeah, we didn't this year. We didn't get a game at Warrawee. We were kind of annoyed about it, but again, there was nothing we could do about it. We love getting down playing at Warrawee, but I guess it was fine playing on the road. I don't think it really affects us that much. We all love going away together and having a good time, especially when we get to go to Tassie again this year. The Tassie trip's always a fun one. And we get to do carpooling and everything down to the games. So, it's always a bit of fun when you get to hang out with everyone for a bit longer, yeah.
Now, you mentioned about that Tassie trip. Not many teams had a chance to do that this year. Obviously, Oakleigh got the chance to do it this year. So tell us, what did you do down in Tassie other than obviously playing the game?
Well, we all met each other at the airport in the morning. Everyone was quite tired. We were like, we can't be bothered getting up this early. But we did. Everyone was quite excited because, younger team this year, a lot of the girls hadn't gone to Tassie before on the Tassie trip. We went on the trip. We played well, actually. We got the win, which was always good, always a nice one. But we didn't really get that much time to hang out in Tassie, to be honest. Last year we did. We were stuck at the Oval for about 4 hours after the game. But this year, after the game was over, because we all played pretty hard, it was quite a tough game. Everyone was quite tired, and so we kind of just had a bit of a bite to eat on the Oval, kind of hung out. We couldn't really go anywhere, so we were just on the Oval. I remember just lying. We were all just lying in the sun, which is probably not very good for our skin, but we were all just lying there for about 30 minutes, just soaking it all in. It was quite a lot of fun.
There's a lot of the Oakleigh Chargers girls are playing in VFLW, and some still playing finals right now as we speak. Do you miss the Oakleigh Chargers girls since the season finished?
Of course. Leaving Oakleigh every year just for between seasons always so upsetting because, we've got such a good culture down at the club. We all love each other. We do hang out. A lot of us do hang out quite a bit, out of out of footy. And then some of us play against each other in club. So we do see each other here and there. It's good to see a lot of the girls playing VFL, and then some of the girls got invited to the draft combine as well. It's just awesome to see. I always love seeing my mates, doing well. We love it. But yeah, it's never fun having to say bye, but if we do go back, it's good to see everyone again. So yeah.
I have to ask then, obviously you mentioned about the draft, which is coming up in about 3 weeks from tomorrow. How excited is that to see? Obviously you got a chance to see a couple of those from your last year's Premiership team doing so well in AFLW. How special will it be for you to see other teammates going to go in the draft?
Always my favourite time of the year, to be honest, when it comes to watching like my mates. I guess I feel like this year is going to be even more special because it's girls who are my age, and I'm a lot closer to them than I was the girls who got drafted last year. We were all very close last year, but they were older than me, and I wasn't as close to them. But I reckon this year I've been playing footy with these girls basically my whole time. Like me and Emily Smith, we started playing footy at the same time, same club. We've been together the whole way.
Yes.
And just to see her progress and go so well it's just awesome to see. I just love seeing my mates do so well. And then you've got like Charlotte Taylor, Jazz Fleming, Erin Woodford, all of the girls. I love to see it. I love it.
Obviously we mentioned a lot about of course, Millie Smith, which is obviously going to be mentioning her nickname very soon as well, which is a good one, actually. Yeah. But tell me about the amazing leadership group between the four.
Oh yeah, so we got Emily and Charlotte Vandervlies. Those two girls, their energy levels are quite. I don't really know. Like their personalities are quite different.
Yeah.
But they're almost the same at the same time. Like Vanders is all like really bubbly, energetic, enthusiastic, but she knows how to go about things. And Ams, I feel like not as what's it called? I wouldn't say as energetic as Vanders, but she knows she makes some very good calls, so she knows what to do. Both of them together is quite a good balance. It was really good to have them as our skippers this year because yeah, they're both obviously awesome footballers, but they're also two very great people that I love. Then you've got Lexi and Jazz as the vice captains. We love those girls as well. I feel like all four of them together was just a perfect balance of good people, leadership, and footy skills and all of that. So it was awesome.
Tell us a bit about your amazing coaches.
Oh, yes. We got obviously Jace, head coach. Jace came to us last year. We weren't originally actually supposed to have him as coach in pre-season of last year, but then he came along, and one of my first memories of Jace is we were at some oval because we couldn't train at Warri for pre-season one day, and it was quite wet, and he was trying to show off kick a goal. It was about 50 out or whatever, and we were all gathered behind him, and he kicks the ball and he just slips right over, and it's just like he's fallen over like a cartoon character. It was the funniest thing, and it was one of the first impressions that we got of him. So we love Jace. We love him. He's so good to us. I've loved working under him, and, I feel like I've progressed as a footy player as well as a person, like in a team, so much more with him as the head coach. But I've worked a lot in the back line, and I've worked really closely with Matthew Witts, as we call him, Witsy. He's honestly, half the time, he doesn't even seem like a coach. Like, he's always just like a good mate that you see down at the club. We absolutely love it. We all get around him. He gets around us. Like, his style of coaching, I feel like it works for us quite a lot in the back line. He's not overly serious, but he knows where the line is. Like, he'll knuckle down when he needs to, but so they're the two coaches that I've probably worked with the most. But overall, every single coach, I personally have a good relationship with every single coach that we have. We've got there's that many staff at Oakleigh. I can't even name them all, but I love them all. we all get together so well, like girls and coaches. There's not really much segregation within that. Yeah, it's just they really help provide like a good culture for us. And so it's not just the players, they really support us with everything, and it's I just love it. I love it so much. Yeah. So much fun.
Let's talk about your football journey. Where did it all start and why did you choose it, Em?
I started playing when I was in year 7, so that's 2017 for me. I've grown up around footy. I have an older brother. He's been playing it his whole life. He was in Oz Kick and all of that. I've always watched the footy. We've got a very big footy family. But as a child, I was actually put into ballet. So I did ballet for about 8 years. Yeah, so it's the most random thing. So I did ballet for about 8 years. Then I did soccer for like 2 years. Absolutely hated it. Quit both of those. But then in year 7, I was like, maybe I should try footy because, I love watching it. I love the game. My brother's been playing it. I used to go to all of his games, watch everyone. I'm like, I'll give it a go. And so I started playing for the Q Rovers in the YJFL in year 7. So I think that's under 13s, I think.
Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah. So I started playing with them. I played with them until about 2019 because 2020 doesn't really count as a year, I guess. We were pretty successful. In my first season, we made finals. We didn't get to the grand final, but we won a few of our finals. And then seasons 2018 and 19, we were undefeated, so back-to-back premiers, which was awesome. I played there with Emily, which was also awesome. Her dad was the coach, actually, which is even better. Pardon me. I played school footy in year 8. Me and Emily we go to school together as well. We got to debut for the MLC senior team in year 8 for the Herald Sun Shield, which was awesome. Well, the semi-final. And then also I've been able to do YJFL, like the squads there for a bit. And then in end of 2019, that's when I think we had the younger Oakleigh program that started, and kind of just been at Oakleigh ever since for that. But then I moved to Old Scotch Stars Women's VAFA League in last year, actually. So I've been playing there for 2 years now, which is absolutely awesome. It's a bit of a change from junior footy to senior footy, but I'm thinking of doing a lot better in the senior footy, getting to play against a lot of different people, which is really fun. Yeah.
You've won plenty of premierships. You just mentioned about 2 of those a moment ago. Obviously, the Q Rovers back-to-back premiership undefeated seasons in the YJFL, which I know Q Rovers are very history-making when they win New Girls premiership. But I'm sure, were you involved in the Oakleigh premiership last year as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I have to forget.
Yes,
That's probably one of the highlights of my career so far. No, I was definitely in that squad. Oh my God, I'm lost for words. I absolutely loved the grand final last year, getting down to Werribee. I won't lie to you, I was quite nervous before the game because I was like, oh my God, like it's a NAB League final, like, because we were playing Geelong Falcons. We'd lost to them. They were the only team we'd lost to during the year, so we were all kind of like, But to get away with that win was absolutely awesome. Like, oh my God. It was one of the best things ever.
So I want to talk about that grand final. I didn't get a chance to go down to Cheside Park at Werribee to watch that grand final. But tell us a bit about the final, because what I've been told, it was very similar what happened in this year's grand final, where, of course, it came down to the last quarter to win the game. So tell us a bit about the grand final last year for the Chargers.
Well, I reckon it was I feel like it was a lot different to the game that we played to Geelong in the start of the year. We went out with literally no expectations. We were all like, let's just play footy, let's play our game, let's just do what we can do, no expectations. We went out, to be honest, I couldn't even tell you like what even happened during the game because I was so excited, like I forgot to take it all in. But from what I do remember, from what I can recall, was that I was a pretty hard fought game. I definitely think that both teams were going really hard at it. In terms of scoring, I'm pretty sure we lost in the first quarter.
Right.
If I'm correct, yes.
Mhm.
And then we eventually started to pull away. But
Right.
yeah, I think we came out with a pretty good win in the end. As a backliner, I don't really check the score like a whole lot, so I'm more focused on if the ball's coming down my way, I've just got to get it back out again. But I do remember just absolutely just like hearing that last siren. It was just such a great feeling, and oh my God, like it was so good. I remember we all, as soon as the siren went, we just all mobbed together, and then we ended up falling over into this big pack, and I accidentally happened to be on the bottom, so that was awesome. But nah, it was very hard fought game, and I'm just glad that we came out with the win. Yeah.
You mentioned about that. There is a classic photo which is still somewhere on the website or on social media at the moment of that. So when did? Oh, sorry, two-part question I'm going to start with. Yep. The first one is, did you manage to find yourself in the photo? And number two, when did it get to a point of I'm about to get crushed?
Well, definitely. If you look at the photo, I'm at the very bottom of the pack, and you can just see my hair. A week before the grand final, had a bit of a hair dye issue. So my mate bleached my hair, so my hair went completely just like white, yellow, blonde. So it's not hard to find, not hard to spot. So you'll see just like the top of my bun just like sticking out, and it's white blonde. And I remember just being down the bottom of that pack for about, I don't even know how long it was, but it felt like a long time. I was literally at the point, I was like, guys, like, I can't breathe. Like, get off me. Because everyone just kept like jumping on, and I was like, guys. But yeah, you can definitely spot my head because it's very bright. So yeah, I did cop a bit from the girls for that hairdo, but it's all right. It's all fixed now.
Correct. Who was the players that jumped on you first? So like who ended up being on top of you?
I think Kalani Kearns. She was very close to me, I'm pretty sure. I remember her saying she got quite squished, but if I'm completely honest, I cannot remember who was on top of me. If you look back at the photos, you'd be able to tell, but honestly, I remember just lying on the ground going, oh my God, I have no idea. So yeah, whoever was there was there.
Yeah. How good was it to jump on the dais with your teammates to get the official team photo on the Premiership dais?
So like, it was so honourable. Like I felt so. We were all kind of just sitting or standing like away, just waiting for all of the speeches to go through and whatnot. And as soon as Rowie and Jace like lifted up that cup, I remember just like letting go, just absolutely pouncing off onto that. I was just so happy. Like I can't even. It all blurred into one, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
There was so much like screaming, laughter. I remember everyone was just trying to grab the cup. We were all like, let me have a go. But yeah, it was just awesome. So much fun.
Did you get a chance to hold the Premiership Cup or kiss the cup at any stage?
I definitely did. We all did have a go at holding it. My mum, she takes photos. She's been taking most of our photos for all of our games. So there are and she obviously wanted photos with me with the cup. So I was very lucky to be able to get a lot of those done. And then back in the rooms after the game, everyone just put their hands up and touched it and just held it up. Someone had the Yui boom on. The speaker was so loud. We were just, so good, celebrating and everything. But I did definitely get to touch the cup. It was so much fun.
Obviously, how long did you wear your Premiership medal around your neck for after you received it, and where is it now?
I didn't take it off for quite a while. I did have to take it off for school the next day.
That's right. It was a Sunday game, wasn't it?
It was a Sunday game, but I definitely didn't like put it away for a long time. I just left it in eye view in my bedroom just for a long time until I was like, I should probably hang it up now. I've got a little like rack in my room where I've got where I hang medals from like my whole life, I guess. And it's right in the middle, nice and visible. So love seeing it. Yeah, it's just hanging up in my bedroom.
So what does the sport of footy mean to you, especially playing for the Oakleigh Chargers?
I honestly reckon footy kind of like my life kind of revolves around footy like nowadays. Like I know I probably shouldn't say this, but kind of if I had to choose school and footy, I reckon footy's a bit more of a priority. Even though I'm doing year 12 this year, but
I was going to say.
Honestly, footy definitely it's done a lot for me, to be honest. Especially during lockdown, it was one thing that kind of helped keep me going, I guess, because I'd get to go with kicks for like a mate or two, or whatever the restrictions were at that time. I live right next to an oval as well, which is really helpful. But it's always motivated me to like stay fit, I guess. And so that's like the more physical side of things, definitely. I feel like it's so cliche, but footy is definitely more than a game. Like I've definitely made some of my closest mates through the sport, especially at Oakleigh as well, because we spend that much time together. But I love it. It's like, yeah, my life literally revolves around it. Like I try to do as much as I can. I love helping people, love talking about it. I won't ever shut up about footy. Like I always talking about it. Love watching it, and now seeing like people I've played with, people who have coached me, and like literally my friends like go on to do like get drafted and all of that stuff. It's just so exciting to see, especially being able to experience playing and watching women's footy just progress and progress. And like even at school footy at the moment, like seeing all those younger girls come through is just so exciting to me. And I love it. I love getting around it. So it's definitely more than a sport to me. It's definitely my lifestyle at the moment. It's so cliche, but it's so true. And I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me on that.
You mentioned right at the start that you play in the back line, or you actually mentioned somewhere in this interview you play in the back line, which is my favourite part of the ground, because I don't think the back line ever gets much recognition than they deserve. So if you had a preferred position, would you love to convince your coaches to put you? Where would that be?
Well, see, okay. So I have been playing backline at Oakleigh for 2 years, for the last 2 seasons, but I've actually never played backline before Oakleigh.
Oh,
so
wow.
It was kind of an interesting change to me, yeah. My preferred position, like a lot of people, is midfield. I do play midfield. I have always played midfield in club and stuff like that. And I'm currently playing midfield on a forward like rotation at Old Scotch at the moment. But in my exit interview, I did have a chat to the coaches. I was like, been playing backline for 2 years. What do we think about next season if I get to come back? And we definitely had a chat about it. So I guess we'll just see what happens. See if I move, I move. If I don't move, I don't move. And to be honest, playing Oakleigh is the priority. I just love being there. I don't even mind.
The most serious question I'm going to ask: any future ambitions in the sport of footy?
Honestly, with footy, I kind of just want to see how far I can go. I would love to, I don't know, I guess progress as far as I can go, but I don't want to make it so footy becomes like a chore for me, if you understand. I love footy and it's like my big escape away from school and work and all that kind of stuff. So as long as I'm enjoying my footy, that's all that matters to me, to be honest. Yeah.
Finish off a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who's the comedian, the best singer, and into the TikToks?
My God. I feel like there's so many girls, like at the start of training, all I'm hearing is like TikTok sounds like everywhere. So TikToker, I reckon Keely James, Charlotte Taylor.
Yes.
Those two do a lot of TikToks together. Amy Karras Brett, I just remember seeing her on TikTok a lot as well. Always coming up on my For You page, I won't lie to you. So I reckon they're like the top 3 TikTokers for me. A singer, Charlotte Taylor again. She loves a good tune. She loves to sing it out before the game. Her and Charlotte Vandervlies, the Charlottes, they do sing a lot. And comedian, oh my God, I reckon everyone makes a lot of good calls. Emily, she every now and then she'll just like pop out a good line, and it's so funny. It's hilarious. But I reckon Vanders reckons she'd take that role. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know she would.
Yeah.
Any good nicknames in the team? Now, I was going to get back to this question because, of course, you're a very good mate. Emily has a very, very good nickname.
Well, I'd actually love to take credit for her nickname because I was one of the ones to make it up, which is, you know, I'd call myself like the nickname giver in the team, because at the start of the season, I'm like going through the team list. I'm like, okay, all the new girls need new nicknames. I need to like talk to them, you know, work something out. So I definitely am the nickname giver. But Am's name, Horsey, or Horse or whatever, it was this pre-season, not this season, the season beforehand. It was the most random thing ever. It was like a little bit of a collaboration between me and Charlie Rowbottom. It was one training. I was like, like, cause she's got a very thick, long ponytail. Yes. So I was like, her hair kind of looks like a horse's like mane kind of tail thing. And she goes, what the hell are you on about? And then Rowie just turns around and she goes, Horsey, that's your name. That's it. That's done. And I was like, there you go. And ever since, it's just stuck. Once I hear a nickname, I make sure it sticks. So, you know, it's awesome. It's quite so random, but you know.
So I've got to ask this. So I'm sure she's used to that now, but what was her initial reaction to that? And you might also tell us, how special is it to play with Emily, considering that you play with her, you go to the same school, you play at the same club. How special has that been?
Originally when she reacted to her name, she was kind of just like, dude, what are you on about? But I was like, I'm sorry, it's sticking now, so you know, suck it up. But it's been so special playing with basically my whole footy career. She did start like about half a season before me, but we don't talk about that. But anyway, yeah, it's been so special. We call each other like a little footy besties because, you know, we've been doing it for so long together. We spend so much time together because we're always doing footy, and it's like so special to see that we've been able to, when you look back on it, we've done so much together, and like now we're both co-captains of the school footy team, which is really special as well, which was like our little year 9 dream. Like when we both joined the team, like properly joined the team, we were like, oh my God, like that'd be so cool if we got to be co-captains one day. And then, you know, for fast forward to this season, we did it. So yeah, it's always good to have that one person who's like been with you from the start, and getting to watch just like absolutely rip into it this season, do so well. I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen with her like in the future, I guess. Yeah. Do
you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I sort of do. I do wear, if you look at photos of me playing footy, I'm always wearing a headband. So
yes, I noticed that.
Yeah, so I started wearing a headband when I started, so in year 7, because I had all these like little flyaways in front of my face, and like I couldn't see it, and I was constantly moving my head. So Mum's like, why don't you just wear a headband? And so she bought me a pack of like 6 Nike headbands, and I've never gotten a new packet. Like it's always been the same ones. Don't worry, they have been washed. Don't worry. But I do coordinate the color with like the team that I'm playing for. So for Oakleigh and Old Scotch, I wear my red one. Mm-hmm. For Q Rovers, I used to wear my blue one. And then for MLC, I wear my black one. But I do have another white one, a pink one, a yellow one. I think that's it. So I've got quite a few, but I always wear a headband. But and I always wear a bun as well, a high bun.
Yes.
It falls out quite a bit, but you know, it's like my thing now. I can't really change it. But otherwise, I don't really have that much. I kind of just loosely have the same routine before each game. I always wear my Crocs to the game, though. That's one thing I do. Always. But yeah, otherwise not really. I'm not too bad. I don't want to like give myself something to be worried about, you know what I mean?
Do you or the team had a pump-up song?
We do actually. Valerie by Amy Winehouse, or the one she sings.
Yes.
We do get around that song quite a bit. That's probably our main song, I'd say, to get the team going. Either before or after game, doesn't really matter. But yeah. Otherwise, I know the Charlottes, Vanders and Tails, I love to get around Zombie. I don't know who it's by, but they both they're at that one always. Yeah. Otherwise, Valerie's definitely the one, I reckon. Actually, Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon. That one as well. Yeah, that's probably the top two.
So what will be your advice to people that should get involved in footy, especially down at Old Stock or Oakleigh?
Yeah.
One of the two?
Well, either. I reckon footy is just like one of those sports where it's like you can have a go. Like despite whether you've done a lot of sport in your life or not, it's such a fun game, I reckon, just to get involved in. So my advice is just give it a go, because you never know. Like I gave it a go in year 7 and I've never looked back. After doing ballet my whole life and soccer and all that kind of stuff, it's just, I'm so glad I picked footy because I've made so many friends. Everything changed once I started playing footy. So give it a go. And another thing I'd also say is put yourself first in the game. Don't just look after yourself. Put your mental health first. Listen to your body. Put your physical health first. Just don't push yourself over the limit because then you'll make things worse for yourself. So just put yourself first and have a go. They're my two biggest things, I reckon. Yeah.
Now, I have to finish with this last couple. The first one is, how's your local footy team going at Old Stock?
We've actually been doing pretty well, I reckon. We got moved up to Premier B this year, which was a bit different to last year. Not entirely sure what we were in last year because I was only able to play a few games because the Oakleigh season they overlapped. This season, we've had a bit of an up and down season so far, but we had a really good win on the weekend against Aquinas. It was a really hard fought game, but we definitely put our heads down. We played pretty well as a team, I reckon. But yeah, we've been playing really hard every game. We've had a lot of outs, a lot of girls. We've got some VFL girls. We got injuries, the flu, COVID, everyone's been around it. So we've had a bit of an up and down season, but I feel like we're putting our hearts into it every game. We're trying really hard. And it's just, I love playing with that group of girls. It's so much fun. The culture is there. It's awesome. Yeah.
Obviously, SmashFM was one of the Oakleigh Chargers team sponsors in 2022 during the NAB League season. So how special is to have SmashFM as one of the sponsors?
Oh, it's awesome to be able to have this opportunity to have a chat on radio. I've never done this before. So it's so cool to have that opportunity to get to speak about team that I love so much, represent a club that I love so much. So it's so good and excited to see where this sponsorship goes, I guess. Yeah.
And one last one before I let you go. Describe your Oakleigh Chargers team as many words as you like. I'm sure there's tons of them.
Loud, enthusiastic, loving of each other. That's a lot of words. We're very hang on, let me down that a little bit. Cultured? Wellly cultured. That's not even a word. So loud, enthusiastic, cultured, determined, passionate. There's so many words I could use, to be honest. Yeah, I guess that works. They're pretty good. We're pretty good. Yeah, I love it. I love the team.
Em, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. It's awesome having you on the show. I hope I'll be able to get a chance to coming down to watch your team play in the BAFA for Old Scotch, and let's hope all goes well for the remainder of this season in particular. And can't wait to hopefully catch up with, of course, your Old Scotch teammates down there. Of course, hopefully playing in the Premiership or even, of course, especially hopefully making finals at the end of the season in B grade.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Thank you so much for having me. Loved having this chat. So exciting. Yeah, thank you.
No worries. And that's them. They're joining us from the Oakleigh Chargers, NAB League Girls, because 2022 was team, of course, also, obviously, as we mentioned, the 2021 Premiership player as well. There's more on the Smash Sport show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.